We're focusing on the Toronto area real estate market, Canada's biggest. There are signs that it's cooling off. Our guest says, in fact, the Toronto housing market may be beginning to hit the brakes. We are joined with an on-the-ground perspective by John Pasalis, president and broker at Realosophy Realty. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Your feeling is that there are lots of listings and a dwindling number of buyers. It's certainly not hitting the wall, but it's slowing down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the market went from unbelievably competitive in the spring months where the vast majority of homes were getting multiple offers and these crazy prices. And as the market slows down, what we've been seeing over the past 6 weeks is that sales are trending down, the new listings are increasing, which is taking some pressure out of the market. So we're definitely seeing the market start to cool.
And you think that sellers are changing their strategy. For a while, they were listing at a low price, expecting they'd get more than that. But now they're shifting to listing above what they expect to get?
Yeah, 100%. So when the market's very competitive, you know, and every seller knows they're going to have tons of buyers making offers, the typical strategy in Toronto is everyone just lists low and effectively creates a bit of an auction. Okay. But that whole auction approach doesn't work very well when demand starts slowing down. It only works for the nicest homes, and then some homes just don't get the offers that they want. So their strategy has to change. They have to price higher, maybe even slightly above market value.
And then people come in and they may not get what they asked for, but people think, well, I'm getting a bargain. I'm getting less than the listing price.
Well, I mean, I don't think everyone thinks they're getting a bargain because some of these sellers are actually pricing above what the home's worth.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And they're gradually adjusting their expectations down. And what this is doing actually is changing the buyer sentiment because buyers before, there's a lot of this fear of missing out, homes getting 20 offers, homes selling for way more than asking. And then when buyers start to see homes sitting on the market 2, 3, 4 weeks, it changes their attitude a little bit.
Does a house kind of get stale when people see it sitting there?
A little bit. I mean, and especially if it's on the market for 3, 4 weeks, because it's still a competitive market in Toronto. It's not, you know, it's just slowing down. And if it's on the market for that long, it really tells you it's overpriced.
And do people say, oh, I wonder what's wrong with it? Or is there an undesirable neighbor or something?
I think they just think that the sellers are unrealistic, right? And then gradually what happens is the sellers adjust their expectations down.
How do you, actually, I'm wondering about that. I've been so lucky with my neighbors, but some people have nightmare people living next to them.
100%, yes.
Is it possible to check what they're like discreetly?
I mean, it's hard to get a sense, but I mean, especially like with some homes, I mean, you can kind of get a sense from the exterior of the home, how well the homes are maintained. And especially in urban center or with semi-detached homes, I mean, you want a neighbor who maintains their home for sure.
What about speculators, people who picked up 3 or 4 properties and are now really feeling the pain if they have a variable mortgage? Are some of them going to be forced to sell?
Yeah, so we're starting to see that right now. I mean, this shift where investors who have multiple properties who are seeing their mortgage payments increase dramatically, but their rents are not keeping up, are starting to look at deleveraging and, you know, effectively selling 1 or 2 properties to take some debt off the table because their mortgage debt carrying costs are increasing far more rapidly than their income is, so they just need to unload. And we're starting to see that, and I think that's going to continue as we move into the end of the year.
And will we start to, so we could start to see more and more motivated sellers coming on the scene?
Potentially. I mean, I wouldn't call many of them motivated because most of these sellers generally have capital in their homes. They're not underwater. You know what I mean? They just want to you know, they're bleeding cash basically, and they just want to kind of put an end to that. So they want to unload, but they're not necessarily, we're not seeing tons of desperate sellers, just people who want to deleverage. You
tweeted an incredible figure a few days ago. Toronto has something like 16,000 active listings, but almost 72,000 realtors.
Yes.
72,000 real estate salespeople.
Yeah. So the city of Toronto, or the Toronto area, I should say, has the highest number of retails per capita in all of North America. I think it's something like one realtor per 100 people or something like that, including children. So it's unbelievable. Yeah.
Just too many people thought, I can make money at that.
It's a real estate, I mean, we're a real estate obsessed city, and, you know, people kind of see what's going on, and you have thousands of people just wanting to get in, even now in this slowdown.
And what do you need to be a successful real estate salesperson?
I mean, it's difficult. It's just all, quite frankly, I mean, being a good communicator, listening to clients, and understanding the market and how to navigate it, especially when things are slower, and you have to kind of work with your clients' expectations.
And I guess attention to detail is a big thing too.
100%, absolutely. Which, you know, to do your due diligence to protect your clients' interests, absolutely.